Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of Show Me Your Diamond podcast. I'm Giulia Castelli, your host, and my newest diamond is Irène Major, the Queen of Ingress.
Hello, hi, thank you so much for having me, Julia.
It's such a pleasure having you. Oh, where do we start?
Long story.
We know each other for many years. How did we meet?
A party.
A
We
party.
went to a show or something together.
Haute couture fashion show, and we were both sitting first row, obviously, and we started chatting because you were dressed to die for, so you cannot not notice Irène Major when she enters any room. The sunshine enters, or a diamond shines. Your style is amazing. Look at this. Even today, what you're wearing, I love it.
Very relaxed,
Very
Nothing too
relaxed
chubby.
in your very casual home. The
Thank
castle.
You're too sweet.
We were wondering, shall we Zoom record? And I said, no, Irène, we have to record live because your home is just so beautiful.
And I wanted you to come and visit, you see.
Exactly. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you for coming.
So what has been going on since the last time we saw each other? A few years ago, maybe 8 years ago. The last time we saw each other, you had a baby.
And I had
How old is
four more since then. Oh my gosh. The baby is Mona Swan. She's now 9 years old.
Oh,
And after Mona, I think I've got four more boys.
four
It's crazy.
more boys.
So there is 9 kids altogether in total. Yes, I know. I kept popping them. Where have you been all these 8 years?
Well, you were busy popping kids, and I had to, go and shine and look for diamonds all around the world to make
went
women
digging.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no more
Beautiful,
kids
well
for
done.
me. I close shop after 2. But you're my hero. 9 children, Irène. Tell me why.
My mom had 9. They always say, Mom, pass on the baton. And I think maybe she did it spiritually because, it's something I did, really flawlessly, like effortlessly. Like it just kept coming and I kept popping them out. And it looks so cute one after the next. So you go for next and stuff. But I think that should be it.
You're right. Now that you say my mom had 2, a boy and a girl, and I had 2, a boy and a girl. And for me, that's the role model. This is what
Exactly.
I thought was expected from me.
I think there's something sometimes. So I was raised in this giant, always loud, super big family household. And I wanted to recreate maybe that. Maybe it just happened. God is good.
God is good, and you certainly have the space for all the children, I may say. Would you remind me how many bedrooms does this castle have?
Everybody has a bedroom, but we have the basement that's bigger than the house. Crazy. It's written, some would tell you 48 doors.
48
48
doors.
rooms. I know.
Oh my God.
Like, the kids can get lost in here.
I get lost here every time I come. But that's one of my favorite places, the Golden Room. I really feel like in Versailles here. It's
It's
so
my mini Versailles.
Mini Versailles.
With all the gold and everything. It's very
I
Louis
just have to show you
Louis
guys.
XIV. So I had to keep it a certain way.
I have to show you why I love coming here. Is this Versailles? And so Irene's daughter Lulu is the same age as my daughter Grace.
Yes.
And they had played it.
Pearl
Pearl.
is 14.
Pearl is 14.
Lulu is
is
9. Like the boy.
Lulu is 17, like my boy. Yes. So 2 of the children are the same age.
Yes.
So Pearl and Grace had play dates here at
Always,
yours,
yeah.
and they used to dance. And Grace loved this, because what a play date room,
We enjoyed
playroom,
it.
right?
We had the best times.
They danced for us. Amazing. So what's the secret? 9 children, and you're right, effortlessly is the word I would use for you, because I would come and you would have a baby, but you would be so nonchalant, so calm, so at ease, because very often mothers are stressed.
Yeah.
What's your secret?
I think there's this inner me that kind of, I call it God. Like God just helps, because I wake up in the morning, I pray for His support and everything. It calmed me down. Like somehow my spirituality and faith helps me get grounded. Does that make sense?
Yes.
When I wake up in the morning, what people may think is, overwhelming, for me it's just calming. Does that make sense? Like you have 2, I have 9. For me, we're just doing the exact same work. I probably look for more, like after many other individuals than you do. So it's the exact same thing we do. But what keeps me calm? Maybe my faith.
Wow. Have you always been spiritual and believing in God?
Always.
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 Okay,
Maybe
so
I've
that's
kept that in my pocket most of my life, because if you really know me, it's Lent time right now. I'm fasting and I do that every year. So
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed. So impressed.
one of
So
my tools.
God is very good to you. Not only beautiful, young mom and living in a beautiful place. And most people I meet that have it all still sometimes look either stressed or they look like it's not enough. And with you, I feel that inner peace. And that's amazing. And I believe the answer will be the same if I ask you for how are you keeping calm. It's probably God and gratitude.
It's spirituality. I think spirituality, you acknowledge what you have. Not everybody has it. And I think one of my strength is also the fact that my background is very modest background. So I wasn't born with all the opulence and the wealth and whatever I have today. So I learned to appreciate, by acknowledging some people in the world maybe don't have what I have today. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So me coming from a modest background is a gift too for the woman I am today. And I was talking to a journalist the other day. I said, one other thing that I'm very proud of myself, the fact that I'm passing on to the children some values, like I'm very proud of the fact that they're still grounded themselves, because of my background myself. So they have it, but they're not stuck up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's so, I say one thing. The thing that I hate most is spoiled children, right? So our roles as mothers, as parents, is to teach our children
to
the
keep
right
them
values.
Grounded. And that's one thing, touch wood, I'm very proud of myself and Sam to have achieved, because we brought these individuals in the world. There's no different. Yes, they were born a little bit privileged, because that's how you have to call it. But at the same time, they'll be playing, whether it's in Africa, they'll feel, like they belong. They belong everywhere. And that's what I wanted to bring out, the individual who can take this world by storm too, and be used to and understand other people.
That's beautiful. It shows the values you have, and I admire you for that. Would you please tell our audience a little bit about your beginnings? Where do you come from, and what led you to be the Queen of Ingress?
Well, I'm from Cameroon, so in Africa. I was born in Cameroon. My dad, an army officer, major in the army, so 9 siblings, 8 siblings plus me 9. So we all kind of grew up in this environment where we didn't have too much. We had little, but love was dominating the entire thing. Like my parents raised us with so much love. Like I remember telling my dad, I need to go to a friend's house. He's like, I gave you friends. That's my siblings. So love, we learned how to kind of love within ourselves, like appreciating maybe the sister, the brother, and making sure we have each other. And that's the same, it kind of, you bring whatever you learn growing up, you bring it into your adult life as well. And so that's just me. So my mom seems stressed, but very churchgoer. God was everything for her. That's where my belief and my religion, that's where I was born too, in a way, because my mom, you come up to her, you're like, Mommy, my headache. She'll make sure you have the tablet, but she's like, pray. So sometimes I'll sit back and be like, what's wrong with that, Mom? But now I think, when you're a parent yourself, you understand God, and then you're like, yeah, that's the only way.
Yes, we were even just chatting, private chat before the podcast, and we were updating each other on children. And I was sharing, I now in my household there are 2 teenagers, one perimenopausal woman. What a cocktail! And at a certain point, Irene was like, "And pray."
Pray. Yeah, it's true. That's the only way. Pray.
Yes. Oh,
Do you know what I
love it.
mean? You have to call that inner, that extra support. You need that. I mean, it's one of these things. It's calming down, and I'm like grateful for the things that I have and everything. But I think praying. That's what it is. I mean, yogis do that. Everybody does it. You know.
Yeah, I agree. We have to believe in something, in someone bigger than us, because if you believe you're the center of the universe and it's me, this is why I believe nowadays so many people are struggling with depression, anxiety, because they think the world is all, they have to control it. And actually, we cannot. We cannot control it. If we accept there's no control, life will be so much easier. Just let go. Of course, it doesn't mean don't do anything and pray. It means pray, believe, and keep going. Never give up and be good.
Yeah, try your best. Try your best. You know, and another thing, the Gen Z, for example, I mean, they'll go on and on about fixing the world. But my problem with the Gen Z, I feel like we're leaving the values like tradition, you know. For me, I go back to tradition, like how did our parent or the generation before them have done things. You need to dig, do your own researches, find out what had worked for that idol, maybe eras ago, eras back, and then, you know, try and copy something. But for me, the older generation is very...
Yeah, because we were meant to live in a different way. And nowadays, with all the technology, with the AI, the way we live, the new generation, especially because we are lucky, we tried, you know, when I was born and when I was young, I didn't have a mobile phone.
No. The brick. And then the brick came along.
Yes. So history and tradition is very important to you. And tell me then, I remember there was a point in your career you were a model.
Yes, I modeled. You know, how did model came across? Because I think I won the beauty pageant back home. I was Miss Cameroon. I think it was around 95 or something like that, like mid-90s. And that was my calling to kind of tap into the fashion world and, you know, traveling to France. One of the prize was actually a flight to France. Like I was given that opportunity just like that at young age. So yes, Miss Cameroon, and then I got into modeling. And modeling literally shaped my life, you know, like my love for fashion is all kind of, a testament to my modeling career.
Oh, beautiful. Very beautiful story. And actually, fashion is something that brought us together because we noticed each other because of the way we were dressed up, the style. We clicked right away. Plus, even the place where we met, it was a haute couture fashion show. And then we went together to
the Versace. Front row, we were a member of the Fro. The Nutella, thank you.
Thank you, the Nutella. Yes, it was beautiful. What a beautiful experience we had together in Paris. And we've done some other fun stuff. Also, we were on TV together. What was the name of that beautiful program for Christmas?
Christmas Excess.
Christmas Excess.
We did that with a beautiful diamond.
Yes, and I was the provider of the sparkling for the show and for Irene and her lovely husband.
Amazing.
Can you share how many years have you been together with Sam?
27 years. Wow. We've been married for 26 years we've been married. So we've known each other for 27 years. Got introduced, you know, by my sister. And it's been like that. You know, you believe in finding the love of your life. And I never, if you had told me, oh my gosh, you'll be married with this guy for over this long and be like your soulmate, because you don't know. Soulmate is something you cultivate.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? When you meet somebody, it's not your soulmate straight away. It's the love of your life, whatever you call it. But I think you dig, your love grows. You know, as you grow older, your love will grow too. And deeper, and the love is even deeper. Like my husband is like, I can't live without him. He's like that friend that has to know what I'm doing. I need to tell him. Do you know what I mean? Like, his opinion of things. Does that make sense? When you find that soulmate, it's like you can't go alone.
That's amazing to hear, and that's inspiring for many of us who haven't found yet their soulmate.
It comes along.
It comes along. Any tips for women out there who have lost faith in men, who think good men are no more or not available, and they have given up or they're about to give up? What would you say to them?
Well, I mean, again, the Gen Z are the people that I talk a lot these days, because my eldest is 25 years old. So I tell her, she told me the other day, she said, "Mommy, I don't want to live by prototype." And I mean, what do you mean? She's like, "No, because you were married at age 20. I don't want people to expect me to get married that early or do things." I said, "Samantha, I never expect you to do the things that I've done myself. I mean, if you do, fine by you. I can easily advise you. But one of my main thing as a mother is to have a happy kid. Whatever, rock your boat. If that's what makes you happy, go for it." So my advice to find your soulmate, I mean, like I said, he's never soulmate the first time. The first time you meet them, it'll be a friend, it'll be anything you call him, and then, maybe grow your relationship along the line, get to know each other, and then see if that's the person you feel comfortable with.
I love what you said. Grow your soulmate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a beautiful way to look at it, because you're right. When you meet someone,
it's not your soulmate.
You don't know the love of my life, my soulmate. Time will show.
Cultivate it. For me, I mean, what I see in Sam, my husband, for example, it's as if, we get along. Like, we even have jokes. Like, I'll have jokes with my brother. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then there's more to the brotherly relationship, of course. So you
grow.
grow.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you grow to become soulmate. Does that make sense? Cultivate it.
Yeah.
And God will tell. I go back to God all the time, but He knows.
That's a huge achievement. 26 years married. I only could do 6.5 of a marriage, but I guess we were just not the right person for a longer marriage. But still, I don't regret. I love what we had, and we have those 2 amazing children born out of love.
Beautiful.
So that was my beautiful experience, and I still believe in love. I do know amazing men and relationship exist, and you guys are one of the couples that I admire, and you show the way.
Thank you.
I always ask this question every guest on my podcast. Irene, show me your diamond.
Oh, my diamond is actually life. Being alive is a blessing, right? Should I call life a diamond?
Yes.
Yeah, keeping myself this way is my diamond. So I am my own diamond. How about that?
I love that. I cultivate the most amazing answers to this question. Show me your diamond. And I never had that. And it's so profound.
I'm my own diamond. I'm alive. Just keeping me like this.
Oh, and now that you say I'm alive, would you mind sharing a little bit of that very powerful story of you actually dying?
Darling, I'm a revenant. Anyway, March 23rd, 2 years ago, 2023, I went in to deliver baby number 9, and baby number 9 was delivered safely. Everything was okay. And before you know it, 20 minutes afterwards, I had a crash, pulmonary embolism, where you just lose everything, like all your organs have kind of given up, heart attack, stroke, you name it, everything at once. I was literally gone. 7 minutes of my life gone. And then after that, maybe 3 weeks in a coma, where people are losing hope and they're convinced that that's it for me. But somehow I managed to get back, and here's me. Expected to be maybe on a wheelchair or anything, but God had given me the strength to be able to walk and be here, and I'm talking 2 years on.
Oh, I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps How do you recover from something like this? Where do you find strength, and what was the road from being that to being so alive for a second time
Well,
now?
it's
And what's
heavy.
different?
Well, it's heavy first because, I tell you, because I was lying just there, so the thing didn't actually, I wasn't that moved. Does that make sense? I mean, physically, you have, residues, like you have your legs are not working properly, you can't even stand the ground and things like that. Your brain is not functioning the way you want it to function. But slowly, I think the pain was more on me, like it's a pain like you feel on your body. Does that make sense? It wasn't in here. It wasn't me feeling as if I had left the world because I was just lying there sleeping. But it's the recovery part of it, of things, is the hardest because you have to learn how to walk again. You have to learn how to, be yourself again. I mean, I could speak, thank God, because some people can't even speak. They can't even walk. So I managed to kind of slowly come back to my old self. That's something I did. And I was talking to my therapist again, even this week, I still take some therapy. For example, he wants to let go, and I'm like, no, don't let go. I want to talk. That's the thing with therapists, they become your friend, Hello, Dr. Thompson.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? So we keep up, and then I think the aftermath is the
it's
hardest.
hard.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you still undergo any kind of physical therapy, or is it more mental support?
No, I don't even need the mental support.
You
It's
don't?
me just wanting my
Another
therapist
friend.
to check in and talk to him and bother him with stuff. But no, it's one of I think the aftermath of things is harder. I mean, I had physiotherapists and things like that. But that's all part of growing and becoming better, so I've done that part. My sister said to me once, oh, we only expected you even, oh my gosh, we weren't even surprised to see you in a wheelchair and things, because that's the expectancy. People don't survive. Like it's a 2%.
2% survival rate.
It's a 2%. Like people don't survive this. Like I'm still a revenant, and like they're shocked to even see me standing up. Like when I walk to St. Thomas's, I get doctors coming all the time, be like, oh yeah,
You're their like miracle case.
Exactly, because you don't survive. Very few survive this kind of thing. It's a 2%, like I said. So
And imagine, do you think God helped you? Because there were 9 children and a husband and a sister and your family waiting for you.
I know. I think again, it's my faith. It just wasn't the time. And even being up there, I tell the story. I had my husband's father being like, "Go back. What is she doing here?" Those kind of stories. So I saw, a lot, and I think, they sent you back for a reason. And I think I'm on a mission just to make sure things are kind of driven smoothly. Do you know what I mean?
So what did you learn from that experience, and how do you live now? Do you live every day feeling that it's your second chance? Do you live any different from how you used to live before?
No.
No?
I actually live in a way where I'm like, I came back to get something bigger, because I tap into so many things in my life. I'm like, maybe you guys, some people don't take things for granted. I'm here to take it and eat it big time. Does that make sense? Like, because I think I'm more mature.
You're ready. You're ready
now
what I
mean?
for that next stage, that big.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm more mature. I know the impact, after what my body went through, or I went to mentally, psychologically, physically. I just know it's my time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what's I mean, please share with our beautiful audience about your career path, because I know that you have always been very busy, very much involved in fashion, in beauty, in charity, in TV,
music, everything.
Tell us more about your path and what's next. What's that big next stage for you?
Well, it has to be big.
It has to. With you, it has never been small.
Yeah,
honestly.
It has to be. Do you know when I say big, like I see something huge coming my way. I can't even describe it, but I know it's gonna be like major.
Yeah, major.
Bigger than my name, I swear.
Irene Major.
It can only be big, beyond major.
Okay, so what's the path that, okay, there was modeling, and then,
I did some music, and then the whole TV thing. I think I always like to say I'm probably in the wrong country, because if I was in America, America would have kind of catered my career differently. You know what I mean?
I totally see that.
And then you get a different support system and the community and things like that. You know, they're very like, a black girl will be supporting you because you're black. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't
Your
have it in
sisters.
England. Do you understand? So I think that's where they grow bigger and better
Yeah,
too.
so do you think there's still prejudice?
A bit. I mean, England is a bit, the doors are shut. You know, I tap into so much in this country to a point where, I mean, you still look like a joke. Maybe God sent me back to make sure you're thinking I'm a joke, to come and show you I'm not actually a joke, and I'm going to take it. She's ready, guys.
Irene is ready, and she's gonna do some major stuff.
You know the front row you took me at all the time too?
Yes, we met front row. We went front row, and we'll keep on front row. We'll just go higher.
Mega.
Yes, because we girls, the two of us, I believe we're sisters from another life.
We met
or
before.
Sisters from another mother. We could also say that for this
I've
life.
always felt that.
Me too. Me too. We have this connection, and I love the how different we are and how similar we are. We're both so ambitious. We're both so supportive. So instead of bringing champagne, I brought
The water.
the Kangen water that I drink, and I want everyone to know
that.
and
Thank
be
you.
healthy. And she was, the first thing she did, oh, let me do a little story for you. Let me, I would like to promote it. I mean, who does that? There's so many, people and girls pulling away and trying to hold. She's not one of them. And I believe that's why God is so generous to you, because you're generous with people. I know how generous you are with me. One Christmas I was alone. You invited me for Christmas. In the castle, so imagine. I loved it.
You.
Okay, so yes, I agree. America you would have been already mega. I mean, to me, you mega already now, but I see how in America would have been easier because other people done it before you, and they would hold your hand. Okay.
And they see it. They see it before. Do you know what I mean? Because you have the dream as an artist or whatever we do. But they see where you're going. Do you see what I mean? They see your value before others. Whereas in this country, gosh,
you have to prove.
I mean, I even have to die to come and prove to you, girl, that come on, guys. I have to be a revenant to come back. Like, this is sufferance. Like, this country. Come on, guys. I have to die to prove to you that I have my values and I'm that powerful and strong.
Yeah. You have a message to share. What is your message? What do you believe is your higher purpose?
Well, look at what I'm procreating.
Yes.
You know, I'm here to bring leaders of the world, as you know, because I know that's one of my values. That's one thing that killed me, but that's one thing that makes me too, because the kind of individual I'm bringing into this world, they're here to lead. And that's one of the stuff I'm bringing into this world. Only God will tell you. I know what God has said, so just wait and watch like what you've done.
Wow, that's powerful. Are you going back to those 7 minutes or those 3 weeks in coma when you heard and saw messages?
Well, I don't even need to go back. I think I live a life
You
where
always
knew that I was going to die.
No, you always knew that you have a higher purpose and you have to do big things.
I think it drove me to even the person I am today. I think even my choice of lifestyle, even the thing that I've tapped into, I've always knew there was a reason for it. Maybe I believed in it alone, but I think my husband too believed in me. You know what I mean?
He's always been so supportive, and yes, I love that.
So Sam has been kind of that kind of, ride and die, do you say that?
Yeah.
Who knew there's something there, and we've been just believing in ourselves, and
Yes,
crazy.
I mean, yes, not every husband will be okay with your lifestyle and what you do, because you're extravagant. You are just unique. We had here in the Little Versailles, we had fashion shows. We had front rows here, amazing events. Yeah, so whatever Irene wants goes.
Yes, I do it.
But you see, there's so much depth to what I'm saying, because yet it appears he lets you do whatever you want to do, but there's so much love and respect from your side too. And this is amazing, because I believe this is you've got the right ingredients. Because it's not a power struggle who is stronger, who leads in the family. It's a union.
We're very supportive of one another. I mean, it doesn't matter what my husband is doing or what I'm doing. It might come across as crazy for some or very serious matters, but we're in each other's life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'll be advising him at work, even the biggest decision at his work. Watch down.
Would you like to share anything about his work, or?
Well, he's an engineer. He digs in the ground. He's into oil and gas, black gold, whatever you name it, but more engineer. So I'll be advising him, and he will advise me even into the silly things. So we have so much respect for one another.
And you're in such a different areas, he has a scientific brain and a business brain, and you're creative and business.
Yeah, more entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment.
But they say opposite attract.
Yeah.
And the balance is crazy. We're very we understand one another.
Yeah. I could totally see, and I feel the harmony between you two.
But again, it's been cultivated. It's something we grow and built, throughout the years. It wasn't there straight. Somebody would tell me, how do you find, like you said, how do you find your soulmate? You don't find a soulmate, okay?
So was it hard work, or was it work to get it here, or was it easy and flowy?
Well, the first 7 years of my life was actually very...
Your life or your marriage?
My marriage, actually.
The first 7 years of your marriage?
Because we had a child. Samantha, there's a 7 years gap between number 1 and 2. I think the first 7 years of my marriage, people call it honeymoon, but Sam was super busy, traveling around the world, doing his project and stuff. I raised Samantha as a single married mom, actually. There's something as a single married mom.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah.
So I was literally a single married mom. I had a house in Essex. Sam was traveling nonstop, so I was there playing the role of the dad and everything. You're married, but the husband is not present. So that was a tough time of my life. His business had not taken on yet, and I had to do most of the things alone.
So you didn't meet him when he was already mega successful?
No.
So you've done it together?
Yeah, we've done it together. I met him when he had the dreams. Okay. He was still employee, in France, doing consultant and things like that. And he had the dream. So that was, going to Madagascar and find oil was one of his dreams that he hadn't actually tapped into.
And this is what he did? He found oil in Madagascar?
So we ended up, making sure the dream happened in a way where he had to introduce his business to the right, investors and people that he trusted too, and see it through. And that too was the hardest time of our life, because it wasn't just the traveling, sacrifices. Everything had to go in. When you want something so bad, you give up a lot, sacrifices. So, and I had to see it and watch it. And then we grew back together and made what we could and lived the life. Maybe that's my happy ever after.
Yes, it's so beautiful then to see you guys now living in this, I call it castle. It's an abbey, right?
It's still a castle.
It's a castle, and I'll take a little bit more videos around to show you, because you have to see it. And we're so lucky. Today is the first day of the spring, and we have the clear blue sky, and it's just so gorgeous around. I remember the photo shoot we did here. I want to do it again. Yes. Dress up and photograph, and
so many good memories.
Yes. So a few more questions before we go. What is success for you?
Success is that happy. I was talking with the therapist about this. I mean, he brought me this. I need my phone. Success is when, when you're in that happy state of your life where you don't feel. You tend to appreciate even the little things. That's success, where you don't price. Yes, you still see the price tag and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you can work to gain whatever you want. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're saying success is enjoying the little things?
Both. It's enjoying the little things while you can also work, and success is me today, because yes, I've achieved so much in my life and I've watched the greatest people around me do so. And I feel like, yeah, I've succeeded in a way. Yes, I want bigger, but I'm successful.
Yeah, okay, so you already feel it. Success is you.
Yeah, success is me in a way where I feel like I've achieved a lot,
Yeah.
okay?
I know, I totally
And I can
agree.
smell the roses too, because some people are smelling the roses, but does that make sense? So I
Yeah.
know the smell of the rose, which means I appreciate every single thing of it and every single step of my success. And also, it comes with a price tag, and then you can work your way to get it, or maybe not working your way to get it. That's success, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, you have a choice. Do you want to work hard, to sacrifice, to get the big dream, or do you want to sit somewhere quietly and envy other people who have done it?
Well, I think I want to do. I can sit easily now and watch
me.
it happen,
Yeah.
and I can go and do bigger. But I don't know what is success then in that way. They're both success.
So, what is happiness then?
Happiness is when you can smell the roses.
Oh.
Yeah, that's happiness. The little things in life, my child smiling at me, giving him a kiss, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Okay.
The innocent stuff. For
Yeah.
me, that's success, happiness too. So
Okay.
that's the little things that get me happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah,
We're linking.
love around me, making
Love.
like the happiness around me. I think for me that's happiness, and success is when you can actually work your way through and achieve things. And I don't know, what's success for you?
Success for me is, okay, I read somewhere, and it struck me, and I felt deeply connected to that. So someone asked, if someone told you that you're not going to achieve anything more than you have already achieved, would you still be happy? Would you still believe you're successful? And it made me think. And I believe that, yes, if I knew that what I have achieved so far is all I'm going to leave behind, I am happy. And this gives me the peace of mind to continue and to slow down, and enjoy the little things, and not to be so much in a rush, because to get where I am from a girl from a small town in Bulgaria, it took a lot of work and efforts and sacrifices, and sometimes it didn't feel like work, but looking back, of course I did put so much work. And I was in a hurry. I was so ambitious, and I had to know many people, and one of my days would be like a year of some people. But now, honestly, I can slow down and look at life with a different way. And I believe this is success, when I'm okay if I don't achieve anything more.
Have you heard of the Milo hierarchy of needs?
Yes. It's so powerful, because it really, and that's what I did, and I believe this is what we did. So when we go the basic needs, right? So you cannot think of your higher self
It's
and your
true.
higher purpose when you don't have where to live or what to eat. So you pass that level. Once you graduate, you go next. And Irene, do you feel you're on that beautiful level, the top triangle in the pyramid? Do
I
you
think
feel
I
you're
am
there?
already there.
So what is then the reason? What is the title of that chapter?
The living.
The living.
It's the living.
Amazing.
Because that's what matters the most, Yes, I have all these dreams and I want to get that. But then living is still greater. Does that make sense?
It makes so much sense. And this is the secret, and it's so hard to grasp for so many people, because for the very ambitious and highly achieving people, I'm speaking, because we want so much, we want so fast, and there's always the next level. but the danger is that we might forget to live in the now, because there's always, as you said, something bigger, better. Today, actually, this morning when I was dressing, and I chose this beautiful shirt that you
I
really
love
appreciate.
it.
Oh my God! Look,
I love it.
It's you. It's you.
So
The Versailles,
festive,
the
like
gold,
it
the
goes
gold.
so well with the decor. See?
Yes. Oh, so we're so connected. So I was thinking this morning, and I said, okay, you know that I became also a hypnotherapist, and and a therapist. I help people transform their lives, and part of the therapy I do is reprogramming the mind, and how I do that through making a powerful audio recording that my clients listen to day in, day out, for as long as they can, but 30 days is the minimum. And I also use self-hypnosis. And I remember listening to this recording probably from a year ago or 2 years ago, and it was because a colleague of mine made it. We do the therapies or recordings for each other. So she asked me, what is that you want? And I must have told her that I want to do a TEDx talk. So this morning I was listening to the recording because I wanted to be in a good mood. I wanted to be positive. I wanted to feel like I'm enough. And I constantly need the reminder for that, because occasionally,
life,
occasionally I don't feel
You question
enough.
yourself.
So I was putting myself in that beautiful state, and I was listening, and then I noticed that she said, you are on the TEDx stage and you're giving your message. And I was like, oh my God, I am actually doing it in 2 months. In May, I'm delivering my first TEDx. And then I said, look, I really have to calm down, and I really have to slow down, because things are happening. I have the proof from when I was little, and I was dreaming to be independent, successful woman, like the Daniel Steele women. And looking back, I went to America, I've done that. And then I've done that. And now I run my own business. And now I have a few businesses. And now I want to motivate other people to be a motivation speaker. And oh my God, as you said, there's so much of this want. But of course, there's a bigger purpose. I want to be the right role model for my children. I want to inspire other people. I do have the drive is there because there's the higher purpose. But at the same time, I said, relax, because at the end, you are making your dreams true. Just enjoy that process.
The process. It's a journey.
Yeah. And if someone is watching or listening to our beautiful episode with you, so inspirational and having this amazing story, what would be your advice to a woman or a person who is feeling down and who doesn't know the way out?
Believe in yourself. Do you know that dream you always had? Because every human, I think the world needs to dream. Because something that drove me the most in my life were my dreams, I had to dream it, to chase it, to execute it, and things like that. So have a dream. Doesn't matter how big your dream is, have your dream, follow it. You know what I mean? Make it happen, watch it execute. And that already for me will make me want more, even want to leave. Does that make sense?
Yes. And depending what kind of person you are, if that's too abstract for you, write it down. Make a vision board, put the pictures, and remind yourself what is that you want your life to be.
Yeah, live for it.
Live for it, and do small steps every day.
Yeah, live for it. Keep dreaming.
Thank you so much. On that beautiful word and wish, keep dreaming. We'll end it here. Thank you so much for being with me, for bringing more shine and sparkle to the world.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so grateful to know you. Thank you, Irene.
Thank you. I love you.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye,
you for
guys.
watching us.
Bye.